Hello, everyone. Just doing a little bit of sound check, making sure everything is together and everything is on. Okay. Okay, that's good. All right. I'm gonna go to the here. Okay. So I'd like to welcome those anyone who's going to be signed in to join the our my first course for music enrichment for kids. Thank you for joining me, and we're broadcasting this on YouTube as well. So if you are on YouTube, you can also check on my page on that as well. So I first just want to just um, start off by saying that the first course for this month is going to be a course called we call it We Can Sing. And the reason why is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going using concepts of solfege and using that to pair it so that way we can begin to train the ears of students, of the young students. And so with solfege you do a lot of do re mi's and you sing pitches. So that's why I started this with We Can Sing. Okay, so we're going to be doing these hosting these courses throughout the remainder of the month of August, every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. So if you are able to tune in at 12 o'clock on 12 to 12:30, then you can then just come over. You can come over to my website, and I'll have a link posted. And for each of these courses, I'll post the links to these courses on my website at camisepro.com. Okay, and that's it. Okay, I see one person's on. That's good. Welcome, welcome. So, for anyone who's on, I'd like to just start off by asking you guys, where are you all from? Oh, sorry. If you want to type in the chat, you can go ahead and tell me where you're from, and that would be great. Anybody? Yep, I see one. Okay. All right. So, about me, my name is Marcina. I am a music instructor, and I'm also my main instrument is the piano, which you see back here, and I also sing. I produced the album a couple of years ago, and I've done a number of tracks for other artists. So I've been playing music since I was 9, and I'm thankful because my mother, she actually got, we I came from a very musical family, and my mother, she put me in. We had a clarinet that my oldest sister played, and when I was in fourth grade, I expressed interest in playing music, and so I asked her. I said, "Well, Mom, can I play the viola?" And she said, "You're gonna go in there and play that clarinet," because we know that when our parents got some instruments and we paid them off. Okay, we like, we're gonna use what you have. And so all that to say is that it doesn't matter what instruments you start off with. Is if you have an interest for learning, you can learn on any instrument, whether it be your voice, which is an instrument, whether it's the piano, whether it's guitar, whether it is, whatever you have. I'm also going to show you there's an app online that I use called the virtual piano. So you can even learn. We're going to go over so our notes and how to do how to actually read the notes on the piano, looking at the patterns of the piano. For those of you who don't know, have never, who don't know how the pattern of the keys go, we're going to go over that too in this course. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. So let's present this. Okay. So we went through the welcome already. I'm going to click through a bit here. So thank you for all coming who are here. If you have any questions, then you can feel free to type them in the chat. Okay. And this course is going to be really for ages 8 to 13. But honestly, if you are an adult tuning in and you don't know much about music and you want to learn, this is a great course for you too. All right. So I'd like to start off with some affirmations. The first affirmation that is interesting that I like to do is that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So I like to tell everybody, make sure you guys know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay. And then also come into it with I have an open mind and can learn and hear anything. Okay. All right. So what are we going to learn today? So what we're going to learn is we're going to discuss, talk about ear training. All right. We are going to also, let me see. 1 second. All right. Go here. Okay. So we're going to be looking at ear training using what we call this method called Solfege. Then we're also going to be looking at pairing our solfege with musical scales and talking about the syllables within that method of solfege. We're also going to apply numbers to the syllables, and we're going to also learn about the musical alphabet, and we're also going to talk about some about intervals, okay, and the space between notes. We'll go through this very slowly. Okay, so you may ask, what is solfege? What's solfege? So solfege is a way to learn and hear musical pitches. The syllables are connected to pitches in a musical scale. Now, there are two types of solfege systems that you'll see around the world. Here in the States where I'm at, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, by the way. So you'll see that institutions, when you learn solfege, a lot of times we use movable do. But in other countries, they use a system called fixed do. I'll talk about that in a minute. And so what we're going to talk about first is, so we discussed pitches. So what is a pitch? Okay, so this is the definition of a pitch. It's the quality of a sound governed by the rate of vibrations producing it, the degree of highness or lowness of a tone. Okay, so high pitches, they have, so here's what I have here. So when our kids sing, you have some people who sing have a higher tone of voice, and then you have those who have, a lower register. Okay, so, but no matter what you sing, whether you're singing or you're playing or whatever, how sound moves is it moves in waves. Okay, it's what we call a pressure wave. So there may be something that, say for instance, it's a piano that key that I hit. Okay, I hit the piano. Let's take for example here. Okay, and when I hit the piano, then the striking of the piano strings, they set off a vibration and they vibrate the air molecules within the air. Your ear perceives it, and it perceives it as a piano, right? But what's happening is that the vibrations are moving. The vibration, this is what you're hearing right here. Okay, you're hearing it. And so everything that sound moves in waves. Okay, water moves in waves. So there's a number of things that have this wave-like pattern. So the faster this goes, the faster this wave goes, the higher the pitch sounds. The lower the the slower this wave moves, the sound wave moves, the lower the pitch sounds. Okay, and then also the wave is also very long. The sound wave is longer on lower pitches compared to higher pitches. Okay, so all right, so now it's listening time. In the next examples, I want you to tell me if the pitches you hear are high or low. So we're going to take we have some YouTube examples here that we're going to do, okay? Let's start with this one. Okay? All right. So, what instrument is this? Well, those who don't know, it's a piccolo. All right, and I'd say in this case, it's a high. It's a high pitched instrument. All right. What about this one? Okay, so one of my favorite jazz artists, Charles Mingus. All right. So Charles Mingus is a bass player. So how would you characterize his bass? Low or high? Okay. What about Sona Japarte? So Sona is the first female kora player. For those who don't know, and she's from Ghana. So how would you characterize what we're going to listen for is her voice? Would you characterize her voice as in a higher range or a lower range? This is the kora.
Kabiro barakata kende kele tumengi tenyusu ya bangu.
Okay. And you can even take so if I compare it to the other instruments in her band, like for example, the anymore. All right. So then this is the FAMU marching band. Okay. All right. And FAMU is a historically black college and university, and they're doing this song by the Migos. Walking. Okay. A little bit. So can you hear the tubas? Where do their pitches lie? High or low? Okay, so the tubas down there, boom, 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 boom. So now that we talked about pitches, okay, all right, and just kind of defining what pitches are. So let's dive in a little more to about solfege. So all right, solfege. So I put this picture up here because if for anybody who's watched The Sound of Music, you know there's that song called the Do Re Mi song. Do, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a piece of golden sun. All right, so you could like go on YouTube and listen to it. But it's a good. So what I liked about this movie is that Julie Andrews' character, she was teaching her students, and so she was trying to get them to learn the solfege syllables. So she used that song to help them to memorize what the syllables were. Okay, and so all right, so here we go. So what is solfege? Solfege, we're talking about the syllables first. So solfege is a form of what you call solmization. All right. So when you attach syllables to pitches that you hear, okay, that's what solmization is. And so solfege is not the only type of solmization. There's other types of solmization that are used in India, for example. They use solmization as well. So there are 8 pitches in this scale that we're going to be singing. Okay, there are 8 pitches in the scale. So we talked a little bit. We said this. There's a fixed do system. Let me go back. And then there's movable do. We're going to be using movable do for each of our for our intensive purposes. So in fixed do, though, like do is always the pitch of C. Okay, so no matter what key you're singing in, no matter what you're playing in, it's the fixed do is do is always going to be C, and then the syllables change around that pitch. But movable do, syllable do, is used for the first pitch of any scale. So you basically, if I'm playing in a particular key in C, or if I'm playing in another key, the first note of the scale is always going to be do. All right. All right. So what we have is along with the syllables, we have these things called Kerwin hand signs. Okay. So they give you a physical placement for the vocal pitches that you're going to sing. So then that helps you memorize, and also sing on pitch. All right. So here we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. Okay. And you actually start down and then you move your way up doing the syllables, doing the hand signs. Okay. Important things to note, though. So you can use one or two hands, right? And then some countries, they use, instead of saying so, we use, I learned soul. Okay. They'll say soul. Okay. This can be so or soul, this pitch right here, which is the 5th pitch of the scale. All right. And then, T can be, you can either use T or C. Now I'll give you, if as you're learning this, you can decide to use C or T when you get to T. Okay. All right. So let's talk about where solfege came from. So solfege came from this hymn called by Guido de Arezzo, and he was a monk that lives around circa 991 and 1033. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? That was like just before we got to the 9th century. Okay. And so the hymn is called Ut Keant Laxis. And so notice that, so the hymn, so each of the syllables that are highlighted, this is where the actual syllables came from, where they were derived from this song. Okay. And the translation for the song is hymn to Saint John the Baptist. So this is how the hymn sounds. So that's how it is. And so that's how it sounds. Okay. And that's what monks would sing. This is a song that monks would sing. Okay. So as I said before, the first 6 syllables, well, I didn't say this before, but the first 6 syllables in solfege come from Guido Arezzo's hymn. All right. And the translation is, so that your servants may, with loosened voices, resound the wonders of your deeds. Clean the guilt from our stained lips, O Saint John. That's the term. That's what it is. Okay. Now, a couple things to note. In later centuries, so this ut is actually do. So in later centuries, ut was changed to do, which is here, okay, and C or T was added. Oh, C was added and then changed to T so that each pitch would start with a different consonant. Okay, this was later on in like hundreds of years later. Okay, let's do this quick demo of how we're going to do the hand signs. Okay, so that's how it is. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's sing the pitches. All right. Now we heard the demonstration, but we're gonna try it ourselves. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna try to sing it up higher. Do. Hold your fist at waistline. Do. Re. Mi. Right here. Fa. Like thumbs down. Fa. Fa. Sol. La. It's like it's hanging like that. La. Ti. Like it's pointing towards moving up back to do. And then we can go back down. Okay. Do. Ti. La. Sol. Fa. Mi. Re. Do. All right. Now let's put the actual pitches on a musical staff. Okay, doing the same thing. Okay, so we would sing that do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. Okay. All right. Now this staff is what you call a treble clef. All right. This little thing, or also called G clef. There's different types of clefs in music. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to that in a minute. What I want to talk about is affixing our letters with our pitches. Okay. So we're going to be using solfege, but you also need to have an understanding of the musical alphabet when it comes to learning music. All right. So the musical alphabet moves from letter A to G and it repeats. All right. All right. The musical so those are only 7 letters, and that's what happens. That's what our musical alphabet uses here. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then repeats. Okay. Now we could actually take these musical pitches that now have letters affixed to them, and then we want to see, okay, well, where are those notes on the keyboard? All right. So if you notice, first off, if anybody can tell me where these keyboard steps, I think this is so cute. What country are they located in? I can guess, but if you can guess and put it in the comments, go ahead and do it. All right. Okay. So this is where the A's are. So notice that you have a group of 3 black keys and 2 black keys. You can use these black keys to help you memorize where the notes are. Okay. So A is always going to be here between these two, the second and third keys, group of black keys in this 3 group pattern. So it's a pattern. See, 3, 2, 3, 2. So every A is going to be right here. Okay. And as you go from the left side of the keyboard, you're moving from lower pitches to higher, low to high. Okay. From left to right. All right. Okay. So now we're going to, we've got the musical pitches A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So in this case, in this scale that we just looked at earlier, this pitch is a C, then this is D, E, F, G, A, B, and then it goes back to C. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's sing the pitches on the musical staff below. All right? So we're going to sing C. Let me make sure I got my note here. We'll do this. Okay, that's our C. C. All right. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's do. C is do. Okay. All right. And so then you can also do this. Now we've gone and sang a whole major scale. Now you know what a major scale sounds like, okay, when you sing it in solfege, and then you also know what the notes are for this particular major scale. And so I've also added the idea that you can have you can also number your notes within a scale, okay? And so when you number them, you can name them like scale degrees. That's what you call it. They're scale degrees, okay? And we'll learn more about this in subsequent courses. All right, so C major on the piano, okay? So this is our piano stretched all the way out, okay? Here is the C we started on is what you call middle C, all right? Middle C is smack dab in the middle of the keyboard, okay? See that right there? And so I just want to show you that. That's where it's at. So this particular pitch is here. The pitch of C is right in the middle. Okay. This pitch right here is 8 notes away, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as you see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. If you have questions, put them in the chat for me. Okay, here's some. So we're going to finish off by just listening to some songs that are in major keys. And next week, we're going to actually go into a little more about our intervals because we ran out of time. So we're running short on time. So examples of songs that are in major keys. Okay, let's check them out. All right, who all seen Hamilton? Type a thumbs up if you have seen Hamilton. All right. The Broadway play. All right. So this is the Schuyler Sisters. This is the song.
Work, work, Angelica. Work, work, Eliza. And Peggy. The Schuyler Sisters. Angelica. Peggy. Eliza. Work. Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, you're free to go, but look around, the revolution's happening.
So that's one example. All right. Another example is from one of my favorite movies, Sister Act 2. But this Oh Happy Day.
The new
also
house is
an
amazing.
example of
Except
a
there's
song
this
that's in
problem.
a major key. Oh man, not this one though.
At least Geico makes bundling
That's what happens when you use YouTube. It's all right though.
our home and car insurance easy.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Okay. All right, we're gonna skip through it a little bit.
Oh, happy day. They ain't gonna scare nobody. Oh, happy day.
See, now you got it.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, la, la.
Okay. So if you haven't seen it, you can always look at these. I will put these. I'll have this posted. Okay.
Okay, you guys,
Okay.
relax. Okay, take it.
All right, do me so. All right, XO by Beyonce is also in a major key. Okay, we talked about the major scale. We're looking at songs that are major keys. All right. And so, like, major tonality, major keys, they sound like they kind of make you feel, in my mind, like it's like sunshine.
And I'm crashing into you.
It's like sun, you know. It's like makes you feel happy, like this song.
Baby, kiss me. Before they turn the lights out. Before they turn the lights out. Baby, love me lights out. In the darkest night. I search through the crowd.
Okay, and so those are just some examples, and then so and I have more in here. However, we've run out of time. So what I encourage you to do for this week is I want you to, if you've tuned in, I want you to practice your solfege syllables. I would like you also to, for those who've tuned in, I also want you to start to memorize your scale, your notes within the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, and I want you to also practice your Kerwin hand signs along with your syllables. And next week, what we're going to go over is we're going to discuss the spaces between the notes that are within the C scale. Okay, and we're going to start talking about what we call intervals. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you have any questions, what you can do is you can email me. You can at info. I should put this in really quick. info@camissepro.com. All right. My website, for those of you who are want to know, is go here. Thumbs up. Where's my website at? Oh, but here it is right here. So here, I'll put it on the screen for you. Okay. Don't worry about the register, it just says Camise Pro. But if you have any questions, you can always contact me at info@camissepro.com. Okay, and if you want to learn more about some of the services that we offer, you can go visit my website, camissepro.com. And also, if you'd like to register for the next course, which is going to be next Tuesday, same time, 12 to 12:30, then you can also go to visit my website there too. All right, visit my website, and when you get there, you'll see a little link that says sign up. You can just sign up. Okay, and yeah. All right. So thanks for joining in, and you all have a blessed day.